Hey there, and welcome back to Star 77 Productions. My name is Trent, and we do product reviews on this channel from stuff we purchased on Amazon, and we provide the links, and hopefully you can follow those links and purchase the products if you would like to. Today's video I'm going to be talking everything about GoPro. As you guys know, I live here in Colorado. I'm a huge adrenaline junkie, and I've used the GoPro line of products for quite some time now, 5 to 6 years. Currently I use the 3 Plus. I've had that for 4 years. I haven't found a need to upgrade, but I will also discuss some of the differences on the newer models from the 4 to the 5 all the way up to the newest model, the 6. But yes, I use the 3 Plus now, and it has everything I need, so I haven't felt the need to upgrade. It is only missing one thing, and that is the fact that it doesn't have an LCD screen on the back here. So until you get really good at shooting your action footage, you know, on the stuff that you do, it is a little tricky to make sure that you have enough light, to make sure that it's angled correctly, to make sure that you're going to get a good video when you do not have an LCD screen in the back. So that is one of my only complaints on the 3 and the 4. The 4 black, that is. Once you get up to the 4 silver and the 5 and the 6, they all started to incorporate an LCD screen on the back, which makes it much easier to make sure that you're shooting correctly. You know, now that I really have this down to a science and know what I'm doing, it's not a huge deal for me, and I prefer not to upgrade, and I'll just keep with the Hero 3 Plus until I feel the need that I must have that. So basically, when you're looking at the 3 and the 4, they are not waterproof. They come in a really small, miniature little camera where you have the battery here. Unless you have the 4, then you have the battery on the side so that you can have the monitor back here. You have a little space here that you open up for your storage device. It takes a micro SD card, any size you want, you know, all the way from a gigabyte up to now I believe they make them at, you know, 128 gigabytes, even more. And then the Hero 3 Plus also has Wi-Fi capability. When you hold this button down here, it'll turn this light to blue and it'll start flashing, and then it will pair with a device. So if you have a smartwatch and you'd rather control the GoPro with your smartwatch than hitting the power button and the record button by hand, you can do that, or you can control it through your phone, and you can also download software updates and download images and upload stuff as well using the Wi-Fi feature. The 3 Plus has the Wi-Fi feature, and the 4, 5, and 6 all have the Wi-Fi feature as well. And obviously you don't want anything too complicated. I mean, it really only has those 3 buttons on these devices: the record button, the power button, the Wi-Fi button, and that's really it. You really want it nice and simple when you are doing your extreme sports and your live action footage. Now with the 3 and the 4, they don't really have a night mode, even though the lens is big enough to catch quite a bit of light. You can still film at night. But with the 5 and the 6, they are a little bit more tailored to being able to have higher quality video at night. So that's another thing, is you really don't have an external light source for this. So a lot of your stuff needs to be during the daytime. So that's kind of how it works. The 3 and the 4 are not waterproof. Once you get up to the 5 and the 6, they started making the casing that they come with waterproof, at least up to 30 feet. So you didn't need this external case unless you were diving down really deep, you know, when you do a scuba dive, which I've done quite a bit with these as well. you would still need an external case on your 5 and 6 if you're going past 30 feet. And I've dove with this down to 120 feet with this case, and it hasn't been a problem whatsoever on my 3 Plus, and I'm sure it's the same thing with your 4. And if you're diving deep with your 5 and the 6, then you're going to want to buy the external case, even though the 5 and 6 are slightly waterproof. And then when you buy your GoPro, it comes with software that you can install onto your computer, and it's basically just your video editing software that you would get for any type of video, but it works specifically for the GoPro. So it comes with pre-tailored templates. It allows you to add labels and text to your video. It allows you to splice it and put it together. It allows you to add music. It allows you to do Pro Tune, which is just like a cool feature where if you don't really know how to edit video very well, you just hit the Pro Tune and it'll kind of give you a much better quality video without having to do much work. So the software is very good on the GoPros these days as well. And it makes it much easier to make a really cool video to show your friends and family or upload onto the internet. And so just kind of going through some of the accessories I have. You know, I'll put links to all these accessories I've acquired over the years. I'll put links to the 4, the 5, and the 6 model as well, so you can kind of take your pick after listening to some of my comparisons. And then, of course, like I said, all these accessories you can get. So this is one of the best cases I've found for my GoPro because it has a bunch of cool dividers. They're Velcro dividers, and you can move them around. And then it comes with an actual little pouch that you put your GoPro in. You can put your extenders and adapters for the camera. You can put your cords in here. You can put your extra back cases for it in here. I also have my diving and light changing sources here that you can put over the camera lens so you can change the way that it picks up colors. You know, or if it's a very sunny day, or if you want a slight little tint to it. Or, you know, specifically I use these for diving, because when you're diving, red gets filtered out of the water and you need to add more red into your picture. So basically you just take your little red screen here. You can take the stickies off of it and you slide it into the case that it comes with. Then you just snap that over here, and then when you're diving it'll filter out, or it'll filter in some of the red so that that footage will be nice and clear and the colors will pop quite a bit more. And like I said, when you're skiing or something like that and you're on a lot of snow, you can also use an amber or a yellow tint as well so that the snow is not quite as blinding when you're looking at the video and you're editing it. So that just kind of snaps on right there. So I'll have a link to that as well. I mean, I'm not sure how much water sports you're going to be doing with your GoPro or how much snow sports you're going to be doing with your GoPro, but it's definitely really cool to have these light filters. And they even, you know, say what they're for. Like this one is if you're diving from 50 to 20 feet in water, or maybe you're just shooting your kid in a swimming pool, you know, or just in a very shallow beach. You can just, you know, do the 5 to 20 footer. This one I currently have in here is 50 to 120 feet. So on my most recent dive where I went down and filmed a shipwreck, I used this one, and that video came out really nice. It's much easier to see the colors when you have a red filter on there. And then, like I said, it comes with a bunch of other filters, light filters as well. And then, so that's the case and some of the light filters you can buy. You got a really nice external case, and it just has those 3 buttons there, and it's very easy to open and close with this top snap here, and then you just pull it out. And this is a waterproof case, but you can still get a decent amount of sound through it. But if you want high quality sound on your GoPro, the 5 and the 6 are a little bit better for that, because these bulky cases that, you know, let you dive down really deep, or you can drop and nothing's going to happen to them, definitely filter out the sound quite a bit. But I find that I use just a lot of music in my videos, and don't really need high quality sound from a GoPro. But then again, you can go with the 5 or the 6. And then you have your different ways to mount it. You have the curvy mounts, and once you attach this to your helmet or to your handlebars or whatever you're doing, then you just slide this right in here. It clicks in and it'll stay there locked in that position. You have curved ones for helmets. You have flat ones for any sort of, like maybe you want it on your boat or on your car or a flat surface, and you can do those as well. You can also get these anti-fog inserts. These come in handy when there's a lot of moisture in the air. If you're living in one of those states where you do get a lot of fog, you just insert one of those guys into the case and it will stop fog from accumulating inside of there. And so I have my snowboarding helmet here, and like I said, for a helmet you'll want to use one of the curved ones, and then you just slide that right on through and it will hold it in place very well. I do some pretty extreme snowboarding, and this will stick no matter what. It is very hard to rip these off of here. If you do want them off of there, I recommend like a blow dryer or a little bit of heat to help you get those off of there. And then you can also get a couple extra extenders as well. Let's say you don't want it on the top of your helmet, you want it on the side. Then you just put your sticky on the side. You use this little elbow mount, and then it'll aim your camera out that way as well. Or, you know, whatever. If you have it on your mountain bike or your motorcycle, you can also aim these in all sorts of different directions as well. So that's a cool feature. Another thing I bought over the years that I really like is the selfie stick. I don't have that out now, but I'll have a link to that one. That one's really cool if you want to get a picture of yourself going down the mountain, or surfing, or whatever you might be doing, diving or something. And then you can also get a chest mount as well. This thing you really only want to use when you're kind of facing the activity, like if you're running or mountain biking or motorcycling. This is a really cool option. It just goes up over your shoulder, and then it gives the viewer a little bit more of a straight-on view of the activity. So you kind of tighten it up like this, and then you strap it on here, and then you get the angle to how you want it, and then it'll be a little bit more lower view, because sometimes when you have it up on your helmet, it kind of distorts the picture a little bit, and things don't look as steep or as extreme as maybe you want them to show up in your video. So if you keep the video just a little bit closer to eye level or a little bit lower down, you can see the terrain a little bit better, and that's a nice feature to have too with your GoPros as well. So I will have links to all this stuff. You know, you charge them, they have a great battery life. You charge them, which is the regular mini USB to a regular USB cord. I'll have a couple of links to those. The battery lasts me a long time. I can do maybe 4 or 5 outings with this, you know. I recently went on a cruise, filmed my son, I filmed a couple of dives, and I took a lot of high quality pictures as well, and never even had to recharge it for the whole trip. So these batteries last quite a bit on these GoPros, and they take decent pictures too. I think they're about 12 megapixels, and so you can take pretty good photos too. You know, not really night photos, but definitely any daytime photos, since they are 12 megapixels. And the video quality is great on all of them. The 3, the 4, the 5, the 6. When you get up to the 5 and the 6, you start getting like 4K quality and Ultra HD. I mean, I don't find that I really need 4K or Ultra HD, but those are good options to have in the 5 and the 6. They all have the Wi-Fi built-in capability, so you can hook them up to your smartwatch, and that you can hook them up to your phone. The 5 and the 6 are now coming out with voice control as well, and that voice control is just built right in. So you don't even have to use a smartwatch or, manually turn them on and off. In case you're doing, an activity where it's kind of hard or it's kind of bumpy to get to the stuff, you can just use your voice controls. And that way it's really cool for time lapse, or it's really cool if you want to set up the GoPro and then take a family shot. You can just tell the GoPro to take a picture and use your voice commands on it. And then, like I said, the 4 silver, not the 4 black, but the 4 silver comes with the LCD on the back. The 5 comes with the LCD on the back. The 6 also has it. And that's one of really the only things I'm lacking and that I find that I really miss on the 3 Plus is having that ability to see exactly what I'm filming. So that's another reason that you may want to upgrade and go with one of those other higher models. The other one is, like I said, just the standard camera itself is waterproof, so you don't have to necessarily have an external case, which really helps with sound quality. It really helps with the size, because once you do have that external case on, it is a little bit bigger. And it also helps with just being able to have it in a compact space. But all of these GoPros are pretty small anyway. They have to be. They're for action sports. For you or your little ones. And I definitely recommend the GoPro line of products. I've used them for quite some time now and have never had a problem with them. And like I said, with a long-lasting battery and a battery that's easy to switch out, you really never have to worry about recharging them on your trips. So I will put links to all this stuff. I thank you guys so much for watching. Just leave any questions in the comments if you have them. But with how big GoPro is getting these days and all the different components and extras that you can buy for it, it really is a juggernaut in the industry. And if you do like action shots and are kind of like an adrenaline junkie and an outdoors type, they definitely are a must-have. There are some other ones that you can choose from in the market, but GoPro by far is the best one to go with. So follow the links, and thank you guys so much for watching.